This is Els, and I am back, and I am going to be doing Vlogmas, which means I'm going to vlog in the month of December every day, Sunday through Saturday. I'm going to vlog every day, and it's not just going to be about hair, it's going to be about everything. It's going to be about my everyday. If I'm going somewhere, if I'm doing something, you're going to get a vlog. If I'm traveling, you're going to get a vlog. So just be prepared to see my face for 30 days. So yes, here I am. So today is December, check my phone. Today is actually December 1st, and it's going to go up on the 2nd. But since today is still December 1st, I'm going today to let you know today is HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. And people don't realize this is actually HIV Awareness Month. This is the month of the awareness of the HIV/AIDS virus. Me personally, I am not infected, but I have been infected by so many people. And I mean, not by so many people, but there's so many people in my family, in my close circles that have been infected. I lost 3 family members known to. I lost an uncle, a grandmother, and a grandfather. My grandfather got his through a blood transfusion. My grandmother received hers from drugs. She was doing heroin or something, I don't know, but the story I get all the time is she got it through drugs. And my uncle received it because he was living a homosexual lifestyle, and he just got it that way, and he died from it. I never met my grandfather. He died either before I was born or I was too young to remember him. My uncle, I didn't know him as that person, but he was the first person I actually knew that died from this disease. I had ended up attending his funeral when I was maybe 14. And my grandmother recently passed from complications of the virus. This year, actually, in July, she passed. I say all that to say is, go get tested. It is something that is so surreal. It's something that is so serious. It's something that needs to be talked about. It is so real. I live in the South Florida area, which means I live in the southern part of Florida between West Palm, Broward, and Miami-Dade. I'm not going to tell you which county I live in, but I live in the South Florida area. Yeah, I'm going to just say I live in South Florida. And we have the highest number of HIV/AIDS cases in the United States. In Florida ain't but this big, and we have a very high number of HIV/AIDS cases. And it's amazing to me that we live in such a populated area that this should not be going on this rampant. Do you know, when I started vlogging, like when I actually go out and start doing videos, I'm going to show you how many HIV/AIDS trucks are out testing people for free. You don't got to pay nothing. You just walk in and you're like, can I get tested today? You over 18, you over 16, sure. Okay, come in, get tested. And if you're under 16, you're like, okay, ask your parents. People are getting tested for free. And you know, the crazy thing to me is, like, I have a friend that's a country boy. He's not from this state. He's not from Florida. He's actually from Mississippi. And he was telling me, he was just like, you know what? I didn't know nothing about HIV/AIDS until I moved here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I heard about it, but that's something that's taboo. And I was like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, that's something that's taboo. That's not something you sit there and talk about. That's not what you sit around and talk about. He's like, the way y'all sit around and talk about AIDS, that ain't something we do. And I was like, what do you mean that's not something y'all do? He was like, yeah, that is something we do. We just don't sit around and talk about HIV. And he's like, he's like, down here, I was like, he's like, when he got down here, he saw all these AIDS trucks, and he was like, what? Like, he didn't know what they were for. He was like, what? And I was telling him, I was like, you just go and get tested. He's like, I know that. But he's like, it's so common down here. It's so common. I was like, isn't it everywhere? Because I actually lived in Atlanta for a couple months. I lived there for about 6 or 7 months. And you know what? It was the same thing. The way it is down here, the same thing it is in Atlanta. I'm not going to tell you what part of Atlanta I lived in. But it was the same thing in Atlanta. HIV/AIDS was something that was known up there. So it was something you would go and get tested for. It wasn't like a taboo thing that you didn't talk about. So for him to come to somewhere just 3 states over, and where he stayed, there's a lot of black people, and he's just like, yeah, that's not something we talk about. And I'm like, damn, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, wow. I was like, so y'all could have been passed around this damn disease and ain't nobody know. He was like, yeah. And he was like, he asked his girlfriend, his wife now, he told her, you got to get tested. And she was like, what you mean get tested? He's like, you got to get HIV tested. And she was just like upset with him. And he was just like, because it's so common down here. Like down here, it's so common to the point of, if I'm asleep, some people be like, if I'm asleep with you, this is your results. Really, you want to get tested today? Like that's how common the conversation is down here, but it's still taboo in certain areas. That's why the disease is still passed around. But it's HIV/AIDS Awareness Month. If you live in the South Florida area or any metropolitan area, you can go to your free clinic. There are trucks around. You can go and get tested for free. I think at the free clinic, they take a blood sample from your finger. Down here in Florida, yeah, at the free clinic, they take blood samples for your finger. And on the trucks, they do the oral one. And you ain't even gotta go through all that. Now they have the same one they do on the trucks. They have in Walgreens. You can do the same test at home. That's how common it is. That's how crazy it is. People need to stop playing with their lives and go get tested. Go get tested. You are not just playing with you, you're playing with generations to come. Because like I said, my grandfather had it, but he was in the war and he got his blood transfusion. And my uncle had it. And I have another uncle that has it. You know, I have an aunt that has it. I have family members that have this disease. Thankful enough, I have been blessed and highly favored to not be in a position where I don't have it. Amen. Because I don't play with me. I protect myself. Me even give me something that can't be cured. And it's like, it's crazy. And I actually have a really close friend of mine I met in college. And she was born with it. And I used to have conversations with her. And if you guys want to know more about it, I'll leave a link below of a website you can go to find out more about HIV/AIDS. But if you guys want to actually, like, if you have specific questions, I have a friend. I will talk to her about it and see if I can get her to come on. And she's an advocate for it, actually. She's an HIV/AIDS advocate. And her story made me cry when I heard it. And I mean, if you guys want to talk to her, just let me know. And I kid you not, I will get to her as fast as I can, and we will have a sit-down conversation. Any questions you want to ask that I can't personally answer, I will have her answer because she knows more in depth about it. Trust me, like, if you hear her story, it's going to make you cry. Her story made me cry. And I met her my second year in college. But yeah, it's crazy. It's just real crazy. But to sum it all up, this is Vlogmas. So you're gonna see this face every day for 30 days for the month of December. For other people too, but we're gonna have to warm up to other people. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.